Was he a demon or an angel?
He was neither. He was the man heaven feared, born of light, broken by lies, and rebuilt in fire. The angels tried to silence him. Instead, he roared. They called him a monster, but he was justice wearing scars, and he never knelt again.
I became a monster. Because angels lie, I didn't start out with blood on my hands. I started with open palms, reaching, hoping, praying. I believed in the light because they told me it was holy. I believed in the warmth because they said it came from heaven. I believed in angels because they wore white and spoke soft and told me love would save me. But angels lie. They lie with their teeth hidden behind their lips like blades, tucked beneath silk. They lie with grace and with eyes that pretend they've seen eternity. They say, trust me, as they sharpen the knife behind their back. And I was foolish enough to kneel. I became a monster because the angels whispered sweet poison and called it salvation. They fed me light like it was truth, but it only blinded me. I saw nothing. I saw no betrayal. I saw no manipulation. I only saw the glow they wanted me to see. And so I followed. I followed them straight into the slaughter. They talk of virtue while bathing in sins they've buried in gold. They talk of love, but only give it to those who obey. The moment I asked questions, the wings turned to weapons. The moment I stopped smiling, they showed me their real faces. Not glowing, not divine, just hollow-eyed gatekeepers of a paradise they never intended to share. And when I fell, when they let me fall, they didn't cry, they didn't mourn, they watched as the ground rushed up to crush me. And when I shattered, they said I did it to myself. They said it was my fault for doubting, my fault for trying to be more than a pawn. I crawled through the wreckage of who I used to be. I screamed into the dirt and tasted iron and ash. No hand reached for me, no voice called my name. Just silence, cold, suffocating silence. The kind that wraps around your ribs and squeezes until your breath turns to rage. And something inside me snapped. Not like a twig, not like a branch, like a dam holding back an ocean. All that pain, all that betrayal, all that holy deception, they wanted me to drown in it. But I didn't. I drank it. I let it flood me. I let it change me. I stopped reaching. I stopped kneeling. I stood up with fire in my lungs and steel in my spine. I stopped being a broken believer. I became something else. A monster. They'll say I lost myself. I let darkness in, but they'll never say what they did. They'll never admit how they pushed me to the edge and called it mercy. They'll never own the silence they gave me when I cried for help. Angels don't take responsibility. They just fly higher and pretend they don't hear the screams. But I remember every time they smiled while I suffered. I remember every promise they made and broke with elegance. I remember the hollow hope they injected into my veins like morphine to keep me docile. They told me monsters are born from sin, but I was born from silence, from betrayal, from the kind of pain that makes you peel your soul off bone just to survive. I didn't grow fangs overnight. I earned them. I sharpened them on the lies I was fed. I didn't wake up one day. I built the fire with the pieces they left me in. I burned because it was the only light I had left. And now they fear me. They fear what I've become because I don't ask for approval anymore. I don't need wings to fly. I carved mine from scars and a flame. I fly through storms now. I roar through the skies they tried to gatekeep. And every time they see me, they see what happens when their lies fail to kill. They see what happens when a soul learns to bite back. I used to want love. Now I want justice. I used to want peace. Now I want truth. And if I have to dig through every shining lie to find it, I will. If I have to tear down their ivory towers and rip the halos from their heads, I will. Because they made me this way. Not with hate, but with false hope, with illusions, pretty words that broke my bones when I leaned on them. And they still lie, even now. They say I'm lost. They say I'm dangerous. but they don't see what I see. I'm not lost. I'm not dangerous. I'm necessary. I am the reckoning, the reminder, the one who didn't die quietly, the one who stood back up when they swore I was gone. I'm not looking for redemption. That path died the day I realized heaven has politics, that salvation comes with a price tag, that grace is conditional, that angels are just salesmen with wings. But I won't be part of that choir. I'll sing a different song, one made of thunder and vengeance, one made of the truth they tried to bury. Let them call me a monster. Let them shrink in fear when they speak my name, because I've earned every scar. I've survived every betrayal, and I don't need their light anymore. I am the storm now. They can keep lying, but they'll never silence me again.